It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Tell them, Canada Dry.
You know, everybody's got that sexy dad in their life. Everybody.
Yeah.
And for some people, I am that dad. Sorry, just had to cut you off.
Son of a bitch.
Uh,
Everybody get ready to be sexy on this episode of Dynamite After Dark. Get ready to get on your dad.
God.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. Tell me all your information. I wanna know.
We're clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. We need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
Boom! Kaboom! It's Wednesday.
You are watching the AFW
Yeah.
Network.
Now I'm just
Right here.
letting you guys know ahead of time. I laced Helen's Halloween candy with some stuff, so she is out like a light. She is not going to even
Is
know.
this bad? Could this be bad for business that he did that?
Oh no! It just we can let loose a little bit.
it could be incredibly bad.
It just means it's an
Like,
early
like
weekend.
if someone finds Helen like all gargling on the side of the office, like
Oh no, she's just sleeping it off. That's all.
oh,
It just means the weekend started early for Helen. It's okay. She,
You guys are gonna have to Pulp Fiction that shit and take her to somebody's house and stab her with adrenaline in the heart.
it's either that or we're pulling a weekend at Bernie's, one or the other.
Oh,
let's introduce ourselves because we got an advice column we got to run here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the JFB.
I am the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada F and Dry, damn it. And
yeah,
I'd like to give a shout out to my good friend, Bad Take Kate. That guy.
Yeah.
He's got such bad takes. You know how bad they are?
Horrible.
They're really bad.
Yeah, they are.
It's Seth
They're really
Rogen and Jonah Hill, super bad.
Oh, yeah, super bad. Yeah.
He's so bad, he's starting to come back around to good.
Mm.
Holy shit, that's fucking bad. Because society is gone to the shit house. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's introduce this guy right below me.
Well, my friends, if Magellan circumnavigated the globe, then that's what Bad Take K did with takes. It went from the bad end just all the way around 360 to the good end. But I emblazoned in my Michael Myers shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to my my lovely niece and her boyfriend bought me this for my birthday this year.
Awesome.
Got to celebrate Halloween. I am the effing expert, the voice of Saturdays right here on the AFW Network. I'm
Mr. Saturday Night.
Mr. Saturday Night. Good evening, gentlemen.
But this guy down below.
And I am the commissioner of AFW, the EVP, if you will, Commissioner Joe. And I just got to say, he brought up Magellan. We're going to give a real quick history lesson. He didn't actually circumnavigate the globe. He died in the Philippines, but his ship continues, so he gets credit for it.
Well, no, he was a misunderstanding. They're actually saying he's circumcised.
He circumcised the
The
world.
globe.
He went down to Antarctica and he circumcised the globe.
Yes, that's right. He circumcised the globe.
Which was a large ice cap that he pruned.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense if you think about it.
And now the Earth has the globe has better time in bed.
Give me 1 sec. I gotta go get my power cord. I forgot my power cord over here.
All right. So
can
let's
start
bring
the,
in a Shane. Let's bring him in. Shane, how you doing, buddy?
Showtime,
I
Shane.
understand.
Hey guys, what up? What up?
Hey, did we wake you up? Showtime.
Whenever GFB's on, I think I'm on the same thing.
You're on the sauce.
Yeah. Well, not the sauce, but you know.
Not the sauce, but the sauce.
Quick question, advice from you guys tonight. You know,
Hold on. We're not ready.
Oh,
Where's that little logo? There we
Oh
are.
boy, we got a new bit and everything, huh?
It's time for the AFW advice column.
All right. I dig it.
Yes. And
so I gotta ask.
tell us what do you need to ask us?
All right. Well, I know as you guys know, the 40th's coming up. So if I go to a comedy show Saturday, and maybe next week, I don't plan on indulging on anything, but what if, say, you know, I go to some place, meet some broad. What's the best way to prevent AIDS?
I'm going to steal Canada Dry's answer and say abstinence.
Well, I mean, I've been doing that for the last few years.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I just let me say that when you asked this question, it kind of hit like an uppercut because it came nowhere.
Well, here's
Like
the
the
thing.
uppercut that Vince McMahon got hit on by Bret Hart.
Here's the thing, Shane. You got to go find Jimmy, and Jimmy sells some nice hats.
Okay.
So you got to go find Jimmy. I'm not talking little Jimmy. We're not talking about R-Truth here. We got to go to the hat store. Ask for Jimmy. Jimmy will get you one of the Jimmy hats, and it's a specialty, and that should help you out.
I think I've seen them in some of the bar bathrooms, to be honest, too.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very high quality ones.
Oh, yes, top of the line, absolutely top of the line.
Like putting a latex glove on or something.
Like OJ.
Like putting a trash bag around your piece. That's kind of what that would feel like, I'm sure.
JP, what do you think? Sorry, were you finished, Mr. Isaacs?
I'm done. That's my advice for Mr. Shane.
That's brilliant.
I mean, that entire rant was literally stolen word for word from me. I was going to say the exact same thing. You know, yeah. Get yourself a couple of packets and go to town.
Go to Jimmy's hats, my friend.
Yeah, gotta get a Jimmy hat though.
He's got the hookup.
But
Well,
not little
first of all-
Jimmy. Like you guys said, not little Jimmy, though.
But first of all, for
little
this
Jimmy.
advice, I'd like to say that my advice is somewhat influenced by pop culture.
Okay.
So, like, there's this movie called Something About Mary, and
I remember that movie. Great
he
movie.
he gets advice that he shouldn't go in with a loaded gun.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So if you don't go in with a loaded gun, you're going to have a lot more control. So do your business before you go out on your date. Make sure there's none in your hair. If you have to, definitely not the first date. And if you have to, do some dry humping.
But so you're saying if you pre-activate it, that means you won't get AIDS. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power.
Like, you're so chemically full going on that day. You're like seeing a little bit of boob. You're like, you know,
just a little bit of bro science. Never killed anybody.
Yeah, just
Right?
you're releasing some of the chemicals in your brain by doing this before the date.
I appreciate the advice, gentlemen. I'll let you guys continue on your show. Have a great night. Take care.
Have a good night, Shane.
Doesn't Shane ask such excellent questions on these advice columns?
He does. Because, I mean, there's probably some people out there that need to hear this advice. And I'm glad to supplement them with said advice.
Yes. And if you have some questions that you want to come on the show and ask us advice for your life.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a recipe. Maybe it's a way to, a new way to toast bread. I don't know. Maybe you want to just ask us some random question like that.
Okay.
But on a
Well,
serious note, before we get going,
yeah.
I'll give a shout out to Lord Ryan Rich. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Was he under the
Lord,
weather?
Jeremy Isaacs here is replacing him for the evening. He is he's been under the weather for a while, so we just like to give a heart shout out to Lord Ryan Rich, my host on the Comic Book Store. Maybe Commissioner Joe might have to fill in from. I don't know.
I'm
But,
keeping you square
prayers-
warm here on Wednesday, my friend.
Yeah. Prayers are with you, Lord Ryan Rich.
Yeah. Halloween's approaching. This is Fright Night Dynamite. We're coming from Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's scary enough.
Scary right there.
Not Cincinnati, like Jericho said.
Yeah. Well, I want someone. We'll get to the. I mean, I'm going to jumpstart to Jericho. It would have been funny if someone piped in, blah blah blah. Like, go back to Manitoba. This is Cleveland. And he's like, I'm from Winnipeg, you idiot.
Yeah.
Just get it going. Like, it's pure gold. It's right there. He's going to keep forgetting the names of where he is.
I see you wearing the cherry effing wrestling shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too. That's nice.
I'm throwing old school here.
Yeah.
Old school.
It does say
Yeah.
AFW on the title, though.
It does. So we got a video of the BCC. If we go right to the ring and we get Orange Cassidy, I gotta say, this is the Orange Cassidy I think we really need right now. He could have played off like, I don't care, I'm not. You can go ahead and tear through the entire locker room. He could have played that dumb role. Instead, he's like, hey, you know what? You forced my hand. You made me do this, so I'm going to step up. I'm going to be the leader. He challenges Mox for a championship match. There's no designation where it's going to be. We find out later in the show it will be at Full Gear. That most likely will be our main event. Most likely there will be shenanigans involved with that entire match, period. We'll get to that later. Canada, your thoughts on Orange Cassidy's promo?
I enjoyed this promo because it was a brand new page in the Orange Cassidy. Yeah. I like to even have that little bit of a used car salesman sting to his voice.
Yeah.
In little certain areas because it was different.
Yeah.
And I like that he had confidence. He reminded me a little bit of Bryan Danielson in this promo.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Mr. Isaacs.
I'm going to completely disagree with you two. I thought he sounded like shit.
Oh!
I thought he sounded like I thought he lacked confidence. I thought he sounded like he didn't know how to speak hardly on the mic because this guy's spent like 5 years here without having to cut a promo.
Yeah.
So when they finally put a microphone in front of him, he's like, what do I do now? I'm going to come after you guys. I'm waking up. It just didn't convince me at all. And they slapped the black denim on him, changing from Orange Cassidy to Black Coffee Cassidy. It just didn't work for me, dog. He still got the stupid drawstring jeans on. I didn't like it.
But you're not an Orange Cassidy fan in general.
No, I'm not. I think the gimmick's incredibly stupid. I think he looks like a high school freshman. I think they have probably 30 guys there.
This is a harsh critic.
I think there's 30 guys there that could wrestle and talk better than him and look more convincing. I just don't get why Tony Khan loves this guy so much or why a lot of fans love him so much. He's a decent wrestler, but I don't think he's great.
Yeah. He's over. I mean, that's the reason why he's on TV. He's over.
Being over is all that really matters, really.
He can wrestle opening match. He can wrestle in the mid card. He can wrestle the main event.
Drawing money matters, and he appeals to this crowd, but he's not going to bring new fans in.
Yeah,
he sells merch.
I mean,
does he? Does he?
I think you're right though. I think the casual fan's going to look like a casual WWE fan if they're like, oh, you have to watch Dynamite last night, the tag team champions and blah blah blah. But yeah, but check out and then you watch and you're like, this is supposedly the leader of AEW. Is this guy?
The guy that we're going to talk about, I think in the opening match, one of the two guys, insanely better than Orange Cassidy, and should be in a much higher slot on the card.
Yeah.
What does Commissioner Joe think?
Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
I enjoyed the promo.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks like the whole like awkwardness on the microphone is by design because it's not something that he does. I feel like it's part of the character evolution. We'll see. I could be completely wrong. But, I've said it before. He's not the one to take the title off of Moxley.
No.
So he's the perfect first guy to go against this new heel boss, Moxley, and to fall short. And his sacrifice will rally someone else up.
I don't think it's going to be a clean win.
Do you know who I actually believe is going to take the title off of Moxley?
Who?
Kenny Omega.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep. It's going to be Kenny Omega.
I think that's a possibility. Yeah.
Kenny Omega's good. They're setting it up with the Elite, and then Kenny Omega is going to be the one. After all these bosses, Kenny Omega comes to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lighter, so he can fly a little bit faster, I guess. Yeah. They removed half his intestines. He's probably about 20 pounds lighter.
He's more aerodynamic now with the 50% less intestines. Yeah.
So Matt, I'm not going to give you the stream link, but if you want to type your question and you need advice on, we'll answer it still if you type it out.
Yeah, type it out, man. We'll answer it. So we go to Renee. She's in the back with Monet and Camille. She said something about hating predictions.
She hates bad questions, is what
she hates.
She doesn't hate prediction leaks.
No, she hates bad questions.
Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, you're trying to sell Camille, but you really are just talking about yourself. You're not really talking about Camille at all. So I like to go ahead and just go and bypass this sucker right away. We go to our first match. Adam Cole. This is Buddy Matthews here. So my notes. So they spent the opening part of the match talking about Adam Cole's footwear. This is going to lead with Matt Menard down a very weird path that's going to end with me saying, why is he on commentary? Why?
Because Taz had to go get his knee replaced.
He's like the Joe Buck of wrestling commentary.
What are we talking about?
That's a little harsh because I really hate Joe Buck.
I like Matt Menard. I don't know what you're talking about, JFP.
No, I'm saying I like Matt Menard. I hate Joe Buck.
See, I don't even know why everybody hates Joe Buck.
Sucks.
He's a play-by-play guy. Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, start juggling?
Yeah, but
something.
Do something other than and then it's like he's calling a completely different game. Him and Tim McCarver, may they rot in hell.
All right, JFP. Let's get back on track here.
Okay, sorry. Anyways, there's a little ring rust on Adam Cole. I'm gonna just flat out say that this match was boring. I did not like it. He was selling the ankle from the start. They're talking about his footwear. Buddy Matthews focuses on him.
Did Matt take Kate tonight or what?
He looks like he's going to give up. Buddy Matthews says, I knew it. You're fragile. He's like, I can do it. And he stomps down the ramp to the ring. And then they start fighting each other. And he's selling the ankle. Anyways, Cole wins. Canada Dry first match.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you got some bad take vibes going on here. That's cool. That's cool. You can
Yeah.
have those takes. I thought this was an incredible match. Aside from Adam Cole's horrible spray tan, and I don't even know if I didn't notice it before, but just seeing how naturally good Buddy Matthews looks.
You might be neon orange blind.
Yeah, like just and we might not even notice it if it wasn't for how good Buddy Matthews looks with his tan and his muscles and everything.
Look, that's the difference in spray tan from Florida to Pennsylvania, okay?
Yeah, one's natural, one's.
Hey, when you go to a
You can
truck
see the little
stop and get a
spots,
spray
too.
tan, you get what you get. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, wrestlers, stop doing the spray tan. It's dumb. It's dumb. But anyways, I really enjoyed this match. I love the differentness of the story, and I love that Buddy Matthews had a role to play. He just wasn't taking the pin, and he was bringing out this character. Like it actually, even though he lost, it actually pushed Buddy Matthews a bit.
It did, yes.
Which is cool when you can take a little bit of push in a loss.
Yeah. I mean, the only good thing that came out of it was Malachi Black came out at the very end. The lights came off, and there's Malachi Black.
We'll get into the question after this about what we think of these two being fodder for Adam Cole.
Okay.
But if an expert, what do you think?
Go for it.
I thought this was a really good match. I enjoyed it. I love Buddy Matthews. I think he is phenomenal. I think he is criminally underused, as I think all the House of Black are criminally underused.
Yeah.
This is what I was getting to. We need more Buddy Matthews over people like Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. He's more athletic. He's a better wrestler. He looks tougher. Yeah. Like, come on. This guy should be on the show every single week.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really good match. Adam Cole did look rusty to me. I don't know. The poor guy. I know he's gone through a lot. He looks like every single muscle in his body is atrophied. I mean, seriously, like I don't know what happened to him, but he looks like he has zero muscle.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. Get some creatine, lift some weights.
Yeah, he definitely needs to hit the gym. Like
he does not look good, man.
His NXT days, he looked pretty damn good.
He was chiseled in NXT. I don't know what happened to him.
Ring of Honor, he was bigger too as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe he's got some kind of health issue or something. I don't know. It's never really been disclosed.
Like, because when you do get hurt, it's harder to do those exercises.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So but Adam Cole's a phenomenal wrestler, though.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been a big fan of him. His promo work is fantastic. I'm still taken out of this a little bit just because I hate the MJF Cole face heel flip. It's still just every time I see them on TV, I'm just like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, Cole's supposed to be the heel.
Yeah.
Like, this just doesn't feel right to me. But, this was a really good match, so I liked it. And I just don't like that House of Black. We should just start calling them House of Jobbers from now on.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're here to do. Yeah. They're all three going to line up.
After about what we think about that.
Yeah. Well,
we can ask everyone. But, Jeremy, I wanted to say that after talking about Adam Cole like that, I'm pretty sure the reason he's not jacked anymore, it's got to be it's got to be some sort of injury, because it doesn't make sense any other way. Because
it has to be. Yeah.
I guarantee you he's not 100%. He's not.
But he's looked like this ever since he's been in AEW. So it's something he's carried from the start.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I've never heard what it is or anything, if it is anything, but I don't know. He just doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
No, because he's hardworking, and he wouldn't avoid something like that if he could.
Yeah. And he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, technique-wise, he's awesome.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I don't know what's happened to his physique. I hate to see that for him. I'd like to see him get back to his old look.
Yeah. I agree. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I thought the story was great. I agree with Mr. Isaacs. I hate that it came at the expense of Buddy Murphy, even though I really hope that after this little 3 week, because I'm assuming win number 3 will end up being Brody King, which I hate.
Yep.
But I hope after this they take a legit, like, really start building them up for this February pay-per-view in Australia. I'm hoping that's what happens. But yeah, love the match. I like the story. I like the role that Buddy is playing. Like, he's not. Did he lose? Yes, but he I guess internally wanted to pull out the old Adam Cole. So, but yeah, and
Now we're going to talk about House of Black for a second, being the victims, kind of.
Yeah.
You would think, but I think that the House of Black still holds such a heavy, like, they're prominent. Where I don't think Strong's opponents will be as good.
Yeah.
So it's to say, like, they're all going to be good bangers like this, I think.
Yeah.
Where he just manages to squeak out a win.
When's Roddy's first match?
probably this Saturday. I would imagine he'll
Yeah,
probably be
I
on
bet.
Collision.
Yeah, I bet he runs concurrent with Collision. And
I'm going to be there live this Saturday, so I hope it's.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Which AFW shirt are you going to rock?
I'm not sure yet.
Saturday.
I'm not going to be on the camera though. I'm on the floor, section A, but like row 10.
Hey,
But what
if
the
you
cool
were
thing
a,
is, even if you don't get on TV, a lot of people, they ask, "What is that? What is AFW?"
Yeah.
put on your AFW shirt and wish Max Caster well for me.
Oh, Max Caster, you dirty dog. Let's go to so yeah. I mean, here's the thing with I love Buddy Matthews, and I agree with Mr. Isaac. He is criminally underused, and I think that they just don't know what to do with these three guys. You can't let them go on a solo run because Buddy Matthews is not super good on the mic. He's great in the ring, but he is not that good on the mic. Brody King's okay on the mic, and he's a powerhouse, but the only one that's good at talking and wrestling is Malachi Black.
You know who they should bring in to manage the group?
Who?
James Mitchell.
Ooh,
Oh,
that would be
He
good.
was cocaine spotted here in AEW.
Yeah, well, I mean, not talking about his NWA shtick, but like all the stuff he did back in the day, being Abyss's manager and everything, like he would fit in perfect being a mouthpiece for this group.
I agree. They need something.
He did the wedding, didn't he, for Kip Sabian and
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the manager of Mortis and Wrath or Wraith or whatever the hell his name was.
Wrath. Yeah.
Man knows how to manage. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
God-given gift. Let's
He's
go.
got that look.
Yeah. Christopher Daniels is in the back where Private Party talks about Kazarian, how he's not there because they couldn't communicate, and that's what you guys need to do. And
I thought that was a really nice touch that they mentioned that.
yeah, so I thought it was decent. Does anybody want to add anything to it?
Good storytelling element.
Yep.
Yeah. I liked it.
Go to Cole in the back, talks about how his next opponent most likely is going to be Malachi, which is like confirmed. The next Dynamite, it will be Malachi Black. He will be facing Adam Cole. So we go to him talking about and calling out MJF. Talks about how you talk about being all elite, but you're not. You're not about this company. I'm about this company. I am AEW, which leads me to believe that Undisputed Kingdom in some way, shape, or form are going to be brought into the Mox storyline at some point. Just makes sense. Anyways, anybody want to add anything to
This little part, this MJF goes, a lot of you pretenders in the locker room claim to be things you're not.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks this is legit.
Yeah. He's airing his grievances. It's nearly
I think this is legit. This isn't just this is partly a shoot, I think.
He's like,
Yeah,
y'all suck.
I wouldn't disagree. I felt it
Do
very
you
much.
think he's a fan of Max Caster?
No.
I would imagine probably not.
I'll just say I enjoyed this promo. I think
Yeah.
I think it was smart to do this backstage than in the ring.
Yeah, I agree. Kyle Fletcher comes out, stands on the ramp. Out comes Don Callis. Calls out Will Ospreay again, but we know that Will Ospreay has injuries, detailed injuries that were detailed by Kyle Fletcher just a week ago, breaking possible HIPAA rules, which you say, Commissioner Joe, that they're not breaking, but I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Mark Davis comes out. And I felt like the fans were like, hey, who's this? He's like, oh, you thought Ospreay was coming out. Oh, blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And he's disappointed in Kyle. And how could you turn it back? We had a united empire and you destroyed it. Which leads me to believe that this is eventually the storyline we're going to get for Kyle Fletcher, which I think is not a good decision. I think he's far above and beyond Mark Davis by a leaps and bounds. Canada Dry, your thoughts?
I loved this new Kyle Fletcher,
I do. Yeah.
the Proto Star. This is awesome. I love the look. I love the glasses. I love that he's already hinting at turning on Mark Davis.
Yeah.
And I think to establish the Proto Star Kyle Fletcher as a legit star, they need to do the whole thing where they face off and the Proto Star leaves him in the dust like Marty Jannetty.
Yeah. Okay. That's an expert.
Yeah, I thought this was good. I thought it was funny when Kyle Fletcher came out. If he just had a trench coat on, he would look like Berlin from WCW. Because he had the same shaped glasses and like he was wearing like leather pants, I think, and a black shirt. He looked like Berlin, Alex Wright's character at the end of WCW.
Yeah, he wasn't very Berlin for very long, was he?
No, not very long. It was right at the tail end, but
that was pretty bad. Anyways,
I digress. Anyways, yeah, I thought this was good. I mean, I think obviously we're going to see Kyle Fletcher destroy Mark Davis, and it's just a mechanism to further solidify him as a heel and cutting ties from everybody in his past. So people aren't wondering, well, what about Aussie Open? The 10 people that remember Aussie Open.
Yeah.
So I think this is just a way of just solidifying him as a heel and having him shed his former partners entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's a
there's
classic
pride there,
wrestling
too.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a classic wrestling thing to do.
Yeah,
Is
it
have
is.
one guy from the tag team beat the other guy.
Yeah.
Essentially the old Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
And Mark Davis, I'm sorry, my man. You're Marty Jannetty.
You're Marty Jannetty. May your life be more successful than the real Marty Jannetty.
I will say this though, Marty Jannetty, in his defense,
Yeah.
He did get railroaded a couple times by Shawn Michaels after that.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Commissioner Joe, your thoughts?
I thought this was the worst thing on the show. I could have done without it.
Okay.
I think they did a disservice to bringing back Mark Davis by having Kyle Fletcher and Will using the Aussie Open graphics and music.
Yeah.
Because that crowd was sucked. The wind left because they thought they was getting Will Ospreay. They didn't think they was getting.
yeah, I think that was a bad move.
Yeah.
You should just have come up to nothing.
Personally, I would have just had Fletcher destroy Davis tonight and just call it. Just leave it at that. No one is clamoring for a match between Mark Davis and
No,
Kyle
you have to do it. This is classic wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think you have to.
I think
The
you
story that everyone wants is Fletcher versus.
No,
Ospreay.
but this isn't. That builds him up to
Just
be
have
more
Fletcher
on
destroy Mark Davis right now, and you're good.
I prefer not to do it that way.
Yeah, I agree with the Canada.
I mean, but to be fair, you don't even know if Mark Davis is legitimately cleared to come back to wrestle.
Well, I think we do.
I don't think. No,
think he is.
AEW over this last couple of months has brought back people for a one-off who aren't cleared.
Okay.
Look at Adam Cole. He came back, took that brain buster, then left again.
Yeah. Oh, hey, let's not reveal medical information.
I don't have any to reveal.
No.
All right. Let's go to Renee. She's in the back with Hangman Page. Can I just say, the only thing I want to say about this is he's off the rails, and I love it. I like this very mentally unstable Hangman Page. I've been clamoring for this for a while because he had it in him. I think they just need to let him go and let him rip and ride. So, Canada, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I love this. Is my favorite iteration. Like, this is even better than Alcoholic.
And that was a really good character.
It was, but I like this character better.
Yeah.
Because it's just like the alcohol was the problem before. Now it's just your brain's fried.
fried.
Yeah. So I enjoy this.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Isaacs?
Yeah, I liked it as well. I like what they're doing with Hangman. I like the disheveled look and the porn stash and the, like he just looks like a crazy man. It's just going to beat somebody up at any given second for no reason and burn down your childhood house and everything. Like, I'm digging it. I like it.
All
and I'll tell you this for free. It's a lot more interesting than CM Punk's character.
He doesn't have a character.
Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
I loved it. Like, I really intrigued. I want to know what's next for Hangman. Like, what is he going to do to Jay White? What is Jay White going to do to him? I'm excited for this. I can't wait to see this match at Full Gear because these two always put on great matches together.
Yep. Absolutely. 100%.
Jippy, can you put up the graphic for the advice thing again?
Yeah. You mean this one right here?
Yes. All right. So we have another question here. We're going to answer Matt B's question. I told you we were going to answer you. So originally you had, how do I get my dog off of my bed? They said, no, I'm changing it.
I can answer that one. Don't let your dog on the bed. You don't got to get him off.
No.
But we're not going to answer that one. So he goes, here's my real question for my advice. How do I work my way up at my job?
First thing is you got to let your intentions known that you want to move up at your job. Bosses can't read your mind. You got to tell them what you want.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mr. Isaacs, what do you think?
Yeah, I would say that you have to stand out from the pack when it comes to your coworkers. So you need to take some more initiative. Watch what your coworkers are doing and then one up them.
Oh, I like it.
I mean, seriously, like that's.
I will add to that though. Don't let your boss walk all over you and abuse you though.
No.
Then you'll definitely never get.
Trust me when I say this. Having dealt with this before from experience, bosses will respect you more if you stand up to them once in a while.
I like it.
They really will. But you need to watch what your coworkers do, and you need to make sure you take initiative and go a little bit extra. Go the extra mile that most of them don't. Pay attention to specific details that most of them don't. And I promise you, because I've been there, if you do the work, you put in the work, you do everything you're supposed to do, and you put extra oomph onto what you're doing that others aren't, it's going to work itself out. The cream will rise to the top, brother.
Jippy, you got some advice for...
Be mentored and be a mentor.
Oh, this is good shit.
You can't move up until you have your replacement ready to take your spot.
That's true.
It's like the man above you can't be ready to go to the next level until he has you trained.
You create this chain of like I'm that you're my mentor now, and I'm mentoring this guy. So we got a chain going. I like it.
There you go.
That reminds me, it's like, and also like, I know this sounds counterproductive, but you can't be a good leader till you're a good follower either. You got to be able to.
That's good.
Take direction and then be able to give direction.
Yep. Mm-hmm. There we go.
And my advice is simply be a psychopath, and you'll soon be the president.
Be a sociopath and step on some necks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Just do whatever you can, and you'll get ahead.
Yeah. Just make sure you go ahead and make sure it's only white people, though. Oh, President Trump.
I joke. These guys' answers are much better. Don't listen to me. Listen to them. Don't really listen to me.
So, anybody want to add anything to Hangman Page?
No, I think we're good with
Okay.
that.
Then let's move to Moxley.
That's why I put the advice column there to be a separate little segment.
Let's take Moxley. He comes in with his crew. But can I just say that Dark Moxley hangs out in probably the weirdest places I've seen in an arena. Like beyond Boiler Room, like this is where serial killers hang out as they're murdering people at sporting events.
That's true.
I mean,
Just saying.
like 2 weeks ago, he was in Assault Flat.
Yeah. It just but he says that you guys need to wait, that everyone will start to understand things. He's building this world that we don't know exists. All we see is just the people that are involved. We don't see the dark forces that are circumventing and circling around them that are making the decision. Shane McMahon. Oh, shoot. Analogies are killing me. Anyways, I digress.
So did you guys see that they might be called the Death Riders?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good name for this one.
That would be a really kick-ass name. I like Death Riders.
The merch ideas for them could be very cool.
Much better than a new paradigm.
I feel like I think one of the commentators a week or two ago let it slip because I distinctly remember hearing one of them say Death Riders, and I haven't heard it said, so I don't think they're
like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
But you could have some cool merch, like a guy, like maybe a skeleton on a horse or something.
Look, you could take a rip off of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, not the wrestling Four Horsemen, the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
You could do a biker version where they got a.
So that's what I'm getting at. I'm getting Aces and Eights vibes from that name.
Okay. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, though.
Going on.
Aces and H was not all that great.
No,
Storyline.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. I'm getting
and
Aces and
went out
Eights
with a
vibes
whimper.
from that name.
Do you know what Aces and Eights was? It was like, what was that show? Lost? Very similar.
Yeah.
Started out good.
Well, we don't know. Let's see what John Moxley comes up with. But anyways, he starts in on Orange Cassidy. You don't challenge me, I challenge you. I challenged you when I put Chuck Taylor's neck and broke it. I challenged you. So when you want me? You want me tonight? I was like, ooh. Next week, Full Gear. Yeah, it's Full Gear. That's eventually. And then to get Orange Cassidy out, they were going to sacrificially lamb Wheeler Yuta to get Moxley to get Orange Cassidy out. OC slides in. They beat the crap out of him.
I thought of that Yuta bit for a moment because
Good.
I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like that was such cool. Like I don't think I've seen such badass in a faction before to sacrifice one of your own.
Yeah.
Leave our pal Shane alone, Moxley. All right.
Yeah. Like that was cool. Like innovative.
Yeah. Well, so they were going to turn on Yuta. Here comes Orange Cassidy, then the beatdown, and then Darby Allin shows up. Well, he doesn't show up. He repels from God knows where down to the almost didn't touch the ground.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Huh?
Can I make a couple comments about Darby?
Go for it.
He was having trouble detaching the cable from his back.
Yes, he was.
Like awkwardly moving around, and he like kind of awkwardly flopped back on the table, which prematurely broke.
Yeah.
And then they had to try to rush to put it back together.
What was it? What was
not
it?
a
Alex
well-produced
Reynolds came
segment.
over and had to unhook him, and
He was stuck to the cable. He couldn't get off of it.
Oh God.
They did a good job of hiding it, though.
Well, at least Dark Order had something to do.
Yeah, they totally took the camera off the Darby
yeah,
for.
if this was a year and a half ago, the cameraman is just staring at Darby. As
Yes,
he's getting this thing undone.
they did a really good job of trying to work around that.
That would have been old school AEW production. Yeah.
Well, then the Bucks music hits and the Bucks come out. So let's talk about the segment because the Bucks coming out leads to our next match, which is the Bucks versus Private Party. This is match number 2. So let's talk about the Moxley situation. Have we said, do we want to add anything?
I loved that they're still continuing to just mess with Yuta.
Yeah.
Because it's still laying those seeds of, yes, I'm in this group. Am I still doing the right thing?
Yeah.
And then you have Marina Shafir in the corner just smacking the shit out of him, saying, look, this is for the greater good. Get up there and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I think that this is just going to be a payoff for eventually for Yuta, but he's still going to be their bitch for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're good enough to get your neck broke. You're good enough to go ahead and jump the guys who jump into the ring that are trying to beat us up. And he did it.
His turn will probably come whenever Moxley loses.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have Moxley really snap, and that's when Yuna's like, I can't take it no more.
Yeah.
Because do you actually see Yuta? They're elevating him a bit being in this, but not really because he's their bitch.
Yeah.
It takes time. It's a slow build, which is
But
fine.
like he cannot overcome this career-wise without trying to break out of that group.
Well, look, this is Virgil Ted DiBiase psychology. You know, like he's going to be the servant and, you know, the bitch boy and all that. And then one day he's just going to have enough and then he's going to rise up and punch him in the mouth.
Yeah. He's got to be the reason. He has to be the reason this group splits.
Hopefully, Yuta does better than Virgil.
Hopefully so. Yes.
Because Virgil wasn't a good wrestler either.
No.
Virgil was horrible.
Like he had all that time to train while he's with.
Funny little side note here. Funny little side note. On TikTok, I'm friends with Big Vito. You remember the wrestler Big Vito?
Yeah.
Sure do.
And somebody asked him, who was the worst wrestler you ever worked with? So his response was he just posted a clip of him wrestling Virgil from like early 90s WWF.
That's awesome.
He's a great guy. Big Vito is awesome.
Yeah. I've heard he's a really decent guy. So
He's nice. He's actually responded to some of my stuff before.
that's
Really
awesome.
nice dude.
All right. Here's to you, Big Vito. What's up, my friend? Big Vito in the house. Boom, boom, boom. Second match. We're talking the Bucks and Private Party. Here's a couple of my notes. I think the only thing I want to just the only thing I really want to talk about is just the match itself. Some of my notes were.
I just had this thought.
Yeah.
Just follow me here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was thinking about Virgil here. Let it go. So Virgil had an enormous penis,
That's what they say. Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Allegedly.
And Virgil couldn't wrestle. Could Vince McMahon have gotten him from the sex industry?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Just saying. It's like
with everything we know about him now, it's plausible.
He was the spaghetti meat sauce man. What are you talking about? That's what he always called himself and on like Instagram.
Yeah.
He said he was the meat sauce man.
Yeah.
So like Vince has got some other stuff going and sees this guy. Oh, we could get you in the wrestling industry. Would you like to be a wrestler?
him and Lanny Poffo could apparently fillet themselves. Allegedly. Yeah.
Lanny Poffo because he's so flexible, but Virgil because he just slings it over his shoulder.
No, but there's an interview where, like, you can find it on here. There's like a shoot interview where Lanny Poffo literally talks about how he could do that.
Okay.
That's talent. America's Got Talent right there.
So just imagine the voice of the genius explaining this in detail.
I love Lanny Poffo.
He's like, I just had this ability where I could just do that to myself. Like, okay. Childhood run, Mr. Genius. Thank you.
Macho Man's got nothing on me.
All right, second match. I think this is probably I don't know if this is going to be a feud that will go down as one of the best feuds. They gelled amazingly. I think Zay and Marquand sold the hell out of their injuries and did it realistically. I think the Bucks looked fantastic. The near falls. There was a moment that they grabbed me when I was like, son of a bitch, the Bucks are going to freaking win.
I was right there with you.
And I was like, son of a bitch. And then he kicked out. I'm like, oh, okay. The Bucks did a shout out to Kenny Omega, which I thought was intriguing. They started with the V trigger and then went into the one winged angel. But eventually we get Private Party pinning the Bucks. They are now the new AEW Tag Team Champions. Canada Dry, your thoughts on the second match?
Okay, first I want to go back because we did not comment on this is the first time the AEW people scared away the Death Riders. So they had them running for the hills.
There you go.
Which is the first time this has happened.
Yeah.
But this match was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I for sure thought no one gave Private Party a chance of winning this thing.
Yeah.
Which was so cool because they set this up like, well, we've seen the last of Private Party. They teased a breakup before. They did everything right. They dropped the little things to outsmart the smart marks.
Yeah.
And I give applause to the Young Bucks for building Private Party up from nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't seeing it at first, but yeah, they did a great job.
Yeah. I agree.
Cheers. Like, they put all the doubt in this match for them even winning. Like, they have beat all the obstacles. Incredible.
Mr. Isaacs.
I absolutely love this match.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. These two teams they gel so well together.
Yep.
Ever since that first match I saw of them on the very second Dynamite ever.
Yeah.
Like they just flow so well together.
Similar style.
And Cassidy kicking out like he's John Cena every 5 seconds. Like it worked. Like the psychology of it worked. It's like we're not giving up. We can't quit.
Yeah.
And then Quinn coming back, and I did not at all expect them to win.
Yeah.
I thought they were losing. Like I'm sure everybody on the screen thought they were losing.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy that they won.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great move. I thought it was a great match. Excellent storytelling. Bravo. Loved it.
I just realized why Shane didn't like it because he's a big Young Bucks fan. He did.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that he didn't like the booking. It's like that his team did.
I'm glad we got a class act handing of the belts and no shenanigans. They patted them on the chest. And
Well, that was definitely a shoot right there because, they were proud of these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great moment.
Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I thought this was great. And I think my favorite little beat of this match is the fact that Isaiah Cassidy's the one who had to keep kicking out because he's the one who said we'll split up if we don't win. I thought that was some really great storytelling.
Yeah.
And he's the one that took the bell to the head, right?
Yeah, he's also the one that got clobbered by Mark Quinn.
Yeah.
Like, and Matt Jackson is the best at selling that gin and juice because he just launches himself and he gets a flat for that cutter.
Yeah.
No one else does it like the Bucks do.
Yep.
You know, I thought that was going to be a point of contention after they broke up and they would feud, like that he blocked them.
I'm glad they didn't because we've all said this. Like, the last thing this tag team division needed was for a Private Party to break up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't really see the reason why, because I don't think either of them would be good solo.
I don't know.
And I'm so glad it's Private Party and not the Acclaimed.
Oh, me too.
Oh
I
my
would have
God.
hated
Private Party is so much better than the Acclaimed.
Yeah.
My only complaint is this whole story to me feels a little rushed because it was only like 3-4 weeks ago that you had Moxley breaking Isaiah's hand saying you all are nothing. You've been here 5 years and you ain't done anything. I think I would have liked to see this.
But Moxley is going to take credit for this now.
Yeah.
I mean, as he should. He's the one who lit that fire under him, literally. I mean,
so you're saying they slammed that hammer on Buddy's?
Oh no, there's no saving the lackey of the Elite.
No, I can't see him climbing up the ladder to win a title.
No.
Poor guy.
Yeah, but I will say that I'm sitting here thinking this for me is probably tag team match of the year. I can't think of a better tag team match I've seen this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
Yeah. Let's go to Renee in the back with Penelope and Jamie Hayter. They're selling the Penelope OG thing. I'm not buying it. She's not a viable opponent for Jamie Hayter. This is a waste of time. You don't need to build her up.
Shout out to Jamie doing her Daphne cosplay.
No, I like this because Hayter needs to have some opponents down, and Penelope needs someone viable. So I don't mind this.
Okay. F an expert.
That's fine. I mean, I didn't really move me either way.
Yeah.
I thought the Daphne look was pretty cool.
Yeah. I dug it.
Before we go any further, since we're talking about Halloween costumes, we have to talk about Justin Roberts as Pee Wee Herman.
Yes.
Like, I
You
was
said it's because he spends some time in a movie theater or something.
I think that maybe he's like a movie theater aficionado and he likes to go solo during the day.
Solo.
Go to the matinees when nobody's in there.
Does a little going. Okay.
Now, what kind of movies is he watching at these movie theaters, Mr. Isaacs?
Let's just say romance movies.
Oh, romantic movies.
Romantic movies. I would picture that's probably Justin
As
Roberts
they say in The
again.
Simpsons, snuggling movies.
Yeah, snuggling movies. And I was just really wishing that whenever he did at least one introduction, he would do it as Pee Wee.
Yes.
It's the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I can't do my Pee Wee anymore. I used to do it really good, but my voice can't.
Could you imagine he does that for the Young Bucks? They just come in and super kick his head off.
Anyways, I just wanted to interject with that because we had to make mention of him being Pee
They
Wee.
didn't know Pee Wee was dead.
Who didn't?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, we get a recap of the Ring of Honor World Championship match, and then here comes the Learn Tree. They shot out Meltzer, which is just going to irritate the internet wrestling community to no end.
Which is on purpose.
Yeah. Basically, just credit, Terrifier 3, #1 because of me. AEW, the best place.
Bryce will love that Terrifier 3 comment.
Yeah.
All
Bryce
this
is a big
crap
Terrifier fan.
about how the world exists only because Jericho is in it. which then made me go on a pondering thought, which I won't get into because we'll sit here for the next 3 hours and talk about it. And then gives a nice Panama reference at the end. And yeah, Canada Dry, your thoughts on this segment?
I liked it. I found it entertaining. I liked they did the Cincinnati mistake.
Yep.
For Cleveland, like that, they didn't like that. They were with them until he said that.
Yep.
They were like, "Yeah, I dare go." But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm anxious to see where Jericho takes this ROH title.
Yeah, same here, Mr. Expert.
I'll be totally honest with you guys. This was a bathroom break, and I didn't pay attention to this promo at all.
Yeah, sometime.
When nature calls, you gotta answer the call.
Listen, I have 41-year-old urine in my body, so I
41-year-old urine. I don't think the urine itself is 41 years old.
The bladder that contains it. That's
yes.
what I was trying to say.
Now, do you know what happens when you don't pee when you're supposed to?
You blow up.
No, you get uromyces otitis.
Uromyces otitis.
Yes. Oh, so Jerry Seinfeld says.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Remember, he made that excuse when they were pissing in the parking garage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He could die.
They got arrested. Yeah. The fish, Jerry. Why doesn't someone think of the fish? That was a classic episode.
Yeah, and the one Kramer George picks up the woman who's driving around, and he says something about Scientology.
And she kicks them out. Yeah,
it's like we're the one Scientologist, and he says so.
What do you think, Joe?
I missed this too. My wife and my son came home.
Okay.
So it got a little hectic in here for a few minutes.
All right.
Tell us what you think of L. Ron Hubbard, Commissioner Joe.
Huh?
What do you think about L. Ron Hubbard?
Have you studied Dianetics?
Don't even know what L. Ron. Who L. Ron Hubbard? I don't know.
If you
of Scientology.
If you want an idea.
Oh man, you can keep that Scientology bullshit away from me.
If you want an idea about Scientology and you want to be entertained, there is a movie called The Masters by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Okay.
Brilliant. And it's nothing but a riff on Scientology.
It's a comedy.
No, it's not. It's an intense drama. It's super intense, yeah.
But they're making fun of Scientology in a way.
Basically, yeah. They're telling L. Ron Hubbard's story without the permission of L. Ron Hubbard.
If anyone's wanting to get involved in Dianetics, you gotta buy certain levels, and you gotta keep buying.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I'll save you a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
The end says that we're all made by an alien named Xenu.
No.
So that is the end. That is the end game.
Yeah.
That is. There's a whole South Park episode about it.
Yes, the end is an alien named Xenu.
I dated a Scientologist.
Oh, jeez.
But she didn't know about Xenu, did she?
Oh, no, she did. Yeah.
We're going to have to hear some stories sometime.
Stories from the Scientology wardrobe.
Question number 1. Why?
Yes, why did you date a Scientologist? Was she hot?
She was cute, and she worked in a production company that I wanted to work for, and so I know it would give me an insight, and we weren't like boyfriend girlfriend, we just dated.
Now, did she try to recruit you?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
She went hard.
And yeah. When I told her I was Catholic, that ended that conversation really quick.
I bet you all watch nothing but Tom Cruise movies, right?
And John Travolta.
And John Travolta, yeah.
Yeah, Travolta.
They say that Tom Cruise, though, is literally almost like the number 2 man in Scientology now.
Yes.
He's just under the Miskovich, the guy that actually runs it.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they say that Tom Cruise is literally just a half step below him now in the rankings.
That makes me sad because my all-time favorite movie is A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise. It's it's hard to say that because people you say Tom Cruise and people just get weirded out.
Now, David Miscavige dies. Does Tom Cruise then control Scientology?
I think that's kind of where they're going. Yeah. I mean, I'm no expert on
Scientology.
this or
Who
anything,
would back that? Because you got.
Let me just paint you a picture. When Tom Cruise finally retires, that guy is going to go missing.
Oh, jeez.
There are people who have tried to leave Scientology that have gone missing.
Well,
so you think Tom Cruise is going to try and get out?
No, I think Tom Cruise wants.
He's going to make the number one guy disappear.
Yeah, he's going to make David Miscavige.
It's that classic saying.
I thought you were saying Tom Cruise is going to go missing.
Well, his
David
wife
Miscavige is going to go missing.
Like nobody knows where his wife is. Apparently,
yeah, nobody knows where she is.
Now, I did see an expert that used to be involved in Scientology say that this is actually kind of a common thing, and they probably just reassigned her somewhere. But like seriously, like apparently nobody's seen or heard from her in years.
Yeah.
So
you guys know the saying: you don't quit Scientology, Scientology quits you.
In Mother Russia.
Hey, do you remember when Hulk Hogan recently went and visited them?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, how did that go down? Was he trying to convert them to Christianity?
Well, they're in their headquarters is in Clearwater, which is where Hogan's like beach shop is.
Yeah.
And apparently he like went and had a meeting with them or something within the past year.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know if he's one to join
1,000 years.
Which means in 6 months we'll hear the story of how he founded Scientology.
Well, why that's so bizarre is because he says he's such a strong Christian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not so strong so much anymore, Hulkster.
I don't know what the conversation was or anything. I just remember seeing that headline about that.
Well, it would be big if Scientology could recruit Hulk Hogan.
All of a sudden, Hogan comes back and he's like running WWE or some shit as he's using his secret connections.
Yeah.
I won't even get into how crazy the Latter-day Saints are compared to Scientologists.
I feel the burning in my bosom.
JFB, I have a little bit of experience with those. Yeah. I agree with you. I know where you're coming from with that.
Anyways, can we talk about the Bucks shredding documents while they're packing their clothes?
This is something to do with the Scientologists, I tell you.
That was weird. I wonder what that's going to lead to.
I don't know. Because
they get rid of financial records because they lost the tag titles.
Yeah.
Are they going to get audited?
Because they weren't supposed to lose those tag titles.
Eventually, a couple of segments later, they're hightailing it to the waiting SUV, and that guy whose name I can never remember,
Brandon Cutler.
Yeah.
No. The announcer guy.
Alex Marvez.
Fucking Marvez.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead dipshit.
They're like,
get him off my screen.
You're leaving now, and they're like, everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
Where are you going?
Luggage and then getting in, and then Brandon Cutler is like, wait for me, wait, and then of course the whoever's Moxley and his crew show up.
So guys, can I ask you a question? Quick. Now, is it bad that I want someone to Me Too Marvez? Does that make me bad?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I think it would be best if we say that we wish he would just voluntarily quit on his own accord. How about that?
Well, I don't know. Well, the scandal would be kind of funny.
Could you imagine Marvez being in some kind of scandal? Hey, honey, why don't you come sit on my lap? with his extreme charisma.
I will give you the greatest interview ever.
So let me ask you guys something about this. What if this is the way they write the Bucks off TV for a while?
Yeah.
For them to come back as the triumphant faces that take down Mox's group.
That's exactly
that's what my whole Kenny Omega idea was based on.
Yeah.
Because if you realize like look, they did the V trigger, the one winged angel, and then when the Bucks are getting in the van, off to the right, it's just a big face of Kenny.
I think that's exactly the road they're going down. I think the Bucks are going to disappear for a while. I think that this new group, this faction is going to run roughshod, and they're going to say, well, there's nothing left. We're here. Nobody can stand in our way. And then Carry On My Wayward Son hits, and out comes the Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Yeah, because I feel like they kind of went a different route once they fired Buddy.
Yeah.
When they fired Buddy, they kind of went a different way. And so maybe the Elite being so strong maybe isn't a good idea anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll be interesting. Let's talk about a third match. Camille, she's with Statlander. You know what? It was for a women's match for two people with very limited moveset. They executed extremely well. It was a really good match. I was really shocked because Camille and Statlander are not going to win you over with charisma. They're going to win you over with pure power. Canada Dry, third match, go.
The reason why this match was decent was Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
She is a hell of a wrestler. She just does everything well. Big Statlander fan. And I'm not sold on Camille being anything like, 'cause I think like AEW needs to borrow Natalia for a while to get Camille over.
Yeah.
In AEW, because I don't know if there's going to be a lot of Statlanders to put over Camille like this.
See, I would agree with you, but I think AEW does have the women to put Camille over, just not in the right spot right now.
Yeah.
Like your champion could put her over, but you don't want her losing to Camille. Toni Storm, she's not around right now. She could put over Camille.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Right now, there's really no one active that can put Camille over at the moment. I agree with that.
I agree with that. It was a great match for what it was worth, but it was in no way, shape, or form.
I just have one note about this match. Can I say it? And then I'll let Mr. Isaacs have the floor.
Sure.
My favorite thing about this whole match, one finisher. Put her away, 3 count.
Yeah.
Good. There's
false. I don't like when the finishes. That is a good point. I don't like when the finishes get diminished.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like in the event of the Young Bucks and Private Party, yes. But when you do it every match, then you get that law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah.
It's all good, my man. I thought this was a decent match. It was all right. Honestly, like my brain was still thinking about everything that happened prior to this. So I didn't focus too intently on it, but it served its purpose. It's furthering the feud between Monet and Statlander, which is what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Having seen Camille in person, she is a giant.
Yeah.
Like she's probably as tall as me, and I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
Like she's a big, strong lady. And so was Statlander. She's a big, strong lady too. And I thought visually this was a very compelling match. Yeah. And it was an okay match in practicality, but it served its purpose of furthering the feud with Monet. So I don't have any complaints about it.
All right.
Can I make a little update to the World Series real quick?
Yeah.
We're going into the top of the 9th inning. Dodgers 7, Yankees 6. And this is game 5. Come on. Like
so
I don't think
the Dodgers can be World Series champions.
I don't think the Dodgers deserve the World Series because their fans just don't care. But I don't want the Yankees to win.
So you're okay if the Yankees lose tonight?
Oh, absolutely. I would have preferred they lost last night and just got.
They could be playing the Savannah Bananas for all I care.
Yeah, what is with the Savannah Bananas? I saw them on TV once or twice. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's like basically like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah. It's like the Globetrotters for baseball.
Exactly.
You know why I hate the Yankees?
There's a lot of reasons to hate the Yankees.
But when they fired George Costanza, this franchise went down the hill.
Yeah.
In the shitter. You don't fire George Costanza.
No.
Well, they didn't fire him. They traded him to Tyson Chicken, remember?
Yeah. Yes.
They traded him.
What a way to lose your job with a prestigious baseball team.
And he didn't want to go to Arkansas, so he had to quit his job, and that's when he went
Then he started for Play Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Play Now is where he went after that.
Oh, man. let's go to the main event. Before we get there, the flower shop. What are we gonna divulge to the community?
I think since it's All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
We need to talk about our favorite. It could be movie. It could be scary story. Or it could be like a villain. Maybe we'll go movie. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go movie. All right. So we get the main event. It's Swerve and Shelton Benjamin. This was probably the best paced Swerve match in a super duper long time. Like they went at it and kept at each other over and over and over again. They barely slowed down. Swerve got in some amazing offense. Shelton Benjamin got into some amazing offense. This match could have gone one of two ways. They could have gone ahead and give Shelton Benjamin the win, extend this a little bit longer, maybe up to Full Gear, in which case then you introduce Bobby Lashley, or you could go this route.
Which is the one that's the correct route.
Which is the one that truly happened. Swerve gets the win. Shelton Benjamin rolls out. The lights flash off and then on, and then they're like, well, what's going on? Oh, maybe it's the House of Black. Yeah, give me a break. Tony Schiavone, I'm not buying the House of Black. We're going to show up at a main event with Swerve.
Maybe it's the House of Black.
So apparently somebody's drunk at the control center.
We need to think of another way to establish somebody than just turning the lights off and on. They do this so much.
And then you get this still as everybody's like, seriously, what in the hell is going on? And then the music finally hits and it sounds so familiar because they kept it as close to the original version as possible. Out comes Bobby Lashley. Now, my question to you is this: how did Bobby Lashley actually was able to walk in a head-to-toe leather suit?
I've never seen a head-to-toe leather suit before.
Literally head to toe. And then he gets into the ring. So it takes him a while to get there, obviously, because he's in a leather suit. He gets in and goes nose to nose. And then Shelton Benjamin comes in. Swerve pushes him away. Bobby Lashley clotheslines him. And we get the official beatdown that we have been waiting for so long. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP beating the living hell out of Prince Nana, out of Swerve, security guards 1 through 18, referees. It was mayhem. And then MVP gets the mic and MVP just says this: guess who's open for business? Canada Dry. You take it away, my brother.
So this match was amazing. That's first I'll say. I love how they kept Shelton Benjamin a star, despite the fact that Swerve had to really come from behind and very very Bret Hart like in a beatdown, like maybe with Diesel sort of thing.
Yeah.
I love come from behind victories.
Yeah.
Love them. Because they mess with your emotions. And that's what this did. Bobby Lashley is a star, and this is a big get.
Yeah.
For AEW.
Yeah.
He was never, not say was never treated right, but after Vince McMahon left, he wasn't in the cards.
Yeah.
Like they had nothing for him. So I'm happy to see that what's going to happen for Bobby Lashley in AEW.
Yeah, I agree. Mr. Isaacs.
Yeah, I thought this was a fantastic match. It's interesting to see Shelton Benjamin, as a big guy working a very technical, amateurish kind of style. And it's like the AEW crowd, like the crowd sucked. It's like they didn't really know how to react to it.
Yeah.
But this was a fantastic match, though. Shelton Benjamin's a great worker, and he looks like a badass.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fans were expecting, but I thought this was a really, really good match. I loved the ending. I loved Lashley's entrance.
Yeah.
He looks amazing. He is an absolute star. He's a legitimate badass.
Yeah.
He's a former world champion in WWE. This is a huge acquisition for AEW, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I want to see what the Hurt Syndicate can do in AEW.
Yeah.
And I just hope that they don't end it abruptly like WWE did a few years back.
Yeah.
And let's see what these guys can do, because this is money. Absolutely. Yeah. Swerve is money. Lashley's money. So let's go with it.
All right. Joe.
Yeah, this match was awesome. I'm going to say, first off, these last couple of weeks for Swerve being off have done a world of good. He looked so much more crisp and motivated, and like he looked healthy. He didn't he's hopping up on the ropes effortlessly, But I think my favorite moment of this match is Swerve goes to do the flatline or whatever, and Shelton just catches him and just turns his head and just DDTs him. I was like, oh. And then during the beatdown, that one security guard took that super kick from Shelton and sold it like a champ.
Oh, yeah. You ever taking a super kick? Nope. Guess what?
On to tonight. Yeah.
All right.
I loved it. I love this show overall. I thought this was a fantastic show. 2 hours that did not feel like 2 hours.
Yeah. I concur. All right, guys. Time for Go to Flower Shop. Flower Shop is brought to you by the Adrian Adonis website, where you can go ahead and get all of your Adrian Adonis gear. ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all your Adrian Adonis shirts.
We need a new Adrian Adonis shirt. We do.
Yeah, we'll work on one. So let's get to the nitty and the gritty. Your favorite match, favorite segment, number of bells, your favorite Halloween scary movie. Can Dry, you go first.
I know you guys are probably all going to pick the tag team match for your match of the night, but I've got to go with Shelton Benjamin and Swerve Strickland. Swervy Swerve! I think that's up there. It's going to go in the Swerve vault, because that was a great match.
Yeah.
And segment of the night, we got to go with after we go with the Death Riders getting invaded by the young AEW crew and scaring them away.
Yeah.
Like AEW finally gets a point.
Yeah.
By winning one of these segments.
Yeah. I agree. Favorite movie and number of bells?
I'm going to go with Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1.
Ooh, classic.
Freddy Krueger that's freaking scary.
Yeah.
And number of bells, this is a 4.3 show. This was a good show.
Yeah. Okay. I will say this. The rest of the Freddy sequels kind of get corny as you keep going through. Stories are interesting, but they are way out there. But when you get to the new Nightmare, where he breaches that reality and it's Wes Craven directing it again, and in the director's chair, it's just brilliant. To get all these cameos of like actors and producers and directors and writers that you
Do you want to know what my favorite Nightmare film is, JFP?
What is it?
Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors rocks. I love Dream Warriors.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Have you ever watched the Nightmare on Elm Street, the series?
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
I watched it.
There's only a few that had Freddy in them.
Yeah.
But there was one that where Freddy goes, stick that in your VCR and suck on it.
Oh man, oh man. How many? Let's go to Mr. Isaacs. Your turn.
All right, my match of the night is Private Party and the Young Bucks. Just absolute classic tag team wrestling. I loved it. For segment of the night, I'm going to choose the entrance and debut of Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
That's going to be my segment of the night.
yeah.
And you know what? I'll give my favorite classic horror film, and because it ties into Nightmare on Elm Street, the slashers, and the shirt that I have on right now of Michael Myers Halloween. Shout out to my niece Olivia. So I'm gonna say Halloween, the original Halloween from 1978. I'm gonna throw a shout out to that one.
Hell yeah.
What's your bell rating?
Bell rating, I'm gonna go 4.5.
Wow.
I thought this was a really damn good show. The tag match and the main event and Lashley's debut and the chaos with the BCC and the AEW guys. Like this was an entertaining, exciting show.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, this was the first televised wrestling show that I've watched probably in a couple months that actually like made me feel excited.
And Camille and Statlander wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So my match of the night is Bucks and Private Party. Like, just a great, like I said, it's probably my tag team match of the year. How could it not be my match of the night?
Yeah.
Segment. I think every segment you guys have announced or you picked was great, but I'm gonna give my shout out to Hangman. Him still continued to become delusional. I like it. I can't wait to see where it goes. I'm with you, Mr. Isaacs. I'm giving this 4.5. I once again, this felt like it was only 4 matches, but it didn't feel like it was starved for time for everything flowed, everything made sense. It wasn't like, why are we getting this now? Everything just felt natural.
Yeah.
And then I don't do horror movies. I don't like them. I just can't do it. And I was going to say my favorite is Nightmare Before Christmas. Until I remembered last year, Marvel came out with Werewolf by Night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right.
In black and white, and then they just released it in color. I really like that. So that is my pick, is Werewolf by Night.
Awesome.
Okay.
Now, where can I watch this on Disney Plus?
Yes. A matter of fact, I'm getting ready to watch Agatha all along after this. Right next to it is Werewolf by Night in color.
Excellent.
You can also watch
Is
it.
this animated?
What was that?
Is this animated?
No.
Okay.
But watch it in black and white. It's so much better. Watch it in black and white.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The Horror King. So, favorite match of the night, tag team match, was just incredible. It's not often I get sold on something, and they got me hook, line, and sinker. So bravo to the Young Bucks for really pulling out an amazing match. Favorite segment probably will go to, I'm going to give it to the Moxley. They're setting it up early, and it seems like it's just going to be a mid-card thing, even though John Moxley is your world champion. It's got a mid-card feel to it, and I think it's because they're building it small, and it's going to be more intimate, but eventually it's going to swell. And I think we're going to start seeing it after Full Gear, the grand scope of how big this thing really is. I'm going to give it 4 bells. I did not like the opening match. I thought it was not good at all. I thought it was just...
You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wrong quite often. So
Hey.
the FN expert took mine. So
You can take it. You can use it too. You both can have it.
I'm going to go with something different. I'm going to go with a movie that I have only watched maybe 3 times, and it has freaked me out each and every time, and that is The Exorcist. It is.
Oh man.
It is a brutal movie to watch when you were brought up Catholic. It's like 1,000 times worse.
I can imagine.
Yeah, like all the stuff I pushed away and got out of my head about Catholicism just comes back, and like one fell
Because
swoop.
of this movie, people went to the Catholic Church to get exorcisms.
Yeah.
Because of this movie.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There's a great documentary about the guy who directed The Exorcist, and this Italian priest. He is one of only a handful of priests by the Catholic Church that is allowed to perform exorcisms. The Catholic Church does not do that many exorcisms. They make it seem like it's willy-nilly. Hey, he's talking in a foreign tongue. He's got to be
No,
possessed.
you'd be on a waiting list for like a year. Right.
It has to be an extreme case for the Catholic Church to say, let's do it. So it does not happen all that often.
Not like those and the evangelicals or whatever they're called. They'll perform.
Protestants. Protestants.
No, evangelicals.
Oh yeah, they're horrible. Like,
hey, I'm one of them.
There was a late night show.
So was Jared. So was Joe.
There was a late night show decades ago, or like a commercial. No, it was for church. It was, and so
like
this
Benny Hinn or
guy
something?
was exercising people on the stage by just boinking them, like just a little bop on the forehead, and all of a sudden these demons escape. It was so over the top, over the moon, and of course, you have to donate money if you want to get extras. If you want to get an extras, you got to send me your money because.
Well, I'll tell you what. You come to me and Joe, and we'll do it for free.
Oh, okay, cool.
We'll do it for free.
That's only
You
because I
wanna
don't
get
know what
rid
I'm
of that
doing, so I
demon?
feel bad charging you.
We'll pull it off, right, Joe?
Yeah.
We can do it.
Look, we'll get it done. I don't guarantee results. Okay, let's put it that way.
Come down to Canada Dry and Commissioner Joe's exorcism school, and we'll get
The
you.
Exorcism Emporium.
Now, do you guys,
Exorcism is free.
do you guys cure erectile dysfunction? Can I refer
What we
people
do,
to
we'll put a
you?
little bit of holy water down there, and we'll see what happens.
Before we go, our average for the night is 4.325.
All right. Well, we're running super late. So on behalf of Canada Dry, the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs, and Commissioner Joe, I am the JFB.
I'll keep it plain and simple. Raise your fist in the air, put the devil in a sharpshooter, and just keep fighting.
Oh, yeah.
This has been an effing worldwide media production.
Did you hear him on the show tonight? Oh, complete asshole. Like, the guy
You can find us on all social media platforms
oh, look at me. I got the gummy. I got the vitamin.
like Facebook, Twitter, and others.
That guy. I'm going.
Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/FN Wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at ProWrestlingTees.com/FN Wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, FNWrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.